as a human race, we almost hit a curb in our spiritual development whenever technology started developing, whenever we started eating tons and tons of processed food, we started to lose awareness of our intuition and the energy around us. And as much as these things are helping us move forward as a human race in terms of our spiritual development and connecting to our intuition, these things can tend to cause blockages. And now, because we have hit a wall with blocking everything out, we're starting to open up to it again. We're realizing that this is the future. There's no way forward without reconnecting to that part of ourselves, to our sixth sense, because we all have this sixth sense, but many of us don't use it. And it's so vital to tune into that sense, to actually get in touch with your spirit and to get in touch with your purpose and to listen to your intuition. And your intuition is really what pulls you towards what's right for you, what's gonna fulfill your soul, what your soul desires. But we suppress what our soul desires nowadays. Let's talk about this theory of time is just a concept, right? We've all heard that before, but how do you implement that into your life? How do you wrap your head around an idea that time doesn't exist? We need time in our lives to create structure, to create order, to be able to set appointments, to know when to wake up. So we created time as a way to keep our lives structured. But on a spiritual level, time doesn't exist. And when we can start implementing this into our spiritual practices, implementing the law of attraction, the concept of time isn't necessary. Imagine your life as a pool of water, right? And the water is the energy. So everything in this pool is connected by the water. So it's all connected by energy, like everything in your life is. Every experience that you've ever had in your life is floating in this pool. Every thought that you've had, every relationship, every connection, every single thing in your life is in this pool, whether it's physical or just a thought, just an idea you had, or your opinion of yourself. You as a child is floating in this pool, and the future you is floating in this pool. If we focus on the present you floating in this pool, the key to presence, the key to fulfillment, the key to being happy now is gratitude, right? It's gratitude. It's making the most of what you have, being grateful for the things you have around you. But it's also being grateful for the things in your past. It's also being grateful for the things in your future, because all of these things are in the pool. You can't just be grateful for a section of it. You have to be grateful for everything. Because if we're talking about energy, if the water is energy, we want to spread clean, fresh water, okay? We want to spread positive energy. So what we want to do in our karmic pool is spread as much clear water as we can. So if we're in the present moment and there's something in our past that's in our pool of life that has upset us and we have negative emotions towards it, or we didn't see the opportunity in it, or we didn't see the learning in it, and we have just pushed it aside and not worked it through, that's going to have negative energy. And that energy is going to spread. It's going to spread into your present and spread into your future. That's how the past version of ourselves ties into our present, which ties into our future. If you were constantly told as a child that you're not good enough, you're never going to achieve anything, you're not capable of achieving success, you're going to carry that into your present. That's in your pool. That energy's there. So until you go to that part of the pool and clear out all that gunky water, it's still going to keep affecting your present. And getting more into the law of attraction now, if you look at your future is already in the present moment. You are creating it right now, because you're creating the energy, you're creating the circumstances right now for your future, because that water is all connected, that energy is all connected. If right now you're working on clearing the water, creating happiness, creating positivity, setting goals, allowing yourself to dream, clearing out those negative thoughts, doing your inner child work, focusing on problems in the past and changing the beliefs that were created through certain things that happened, certain traumatic experiences, looking at them, digging into it, and clearing out the emotional blockages. By doing that in the present, you're creating your future. That's why the law of attraction is so powerful. That's why, like, creating vision boards and scripting and acting as if you already have is literally molding your future. If you have a vision board on your wall of your dream life, every day you're bringing to your awareness that life that you want to live. You start creating opportunities for yourself to make that happen because that's in your conscious awareness. And in a way, having a vision board, having a vision in your head is no different than having achieved it, because your brain can't tell the difference between having achieved something and imagining it. If you're imagining yourself living your dream life, if you're imagining all the abundance you have in your life, then in terms of energy, you already have that. In terms of the law of attraction, you already have that because you're living as if, and your mindset creates energy. So that abundance mindset, that energy, that positive energy is gonna be the energy that's flowing into your future. And it's also going to flow into your past, because if you're clearing the energy of your past, you're clearing your pool. You can find learning, you can find growth in your past, and that's all positive, high vibration energy. Being aware of how the past you influences the present you. Looking at an experience that happened and being like, okay, this is holding me back now. My relationship with money in the past was really negative. So I have this automatic negative reaction to money. Noticing that and consciously deciding to change that and clear out the emotional blockage in relation to money is going to clear the water for your future, and it's going to allow you to have a positive relationship with money and therefore attract money if that's what you want to attract. That's just an example. Obviously, money's not a priority, but money does create freedom for a lot of us. So that's just the example I'm using. But this is relevant to everything in our life. Our health, our relationships, our friendships, our relationship with our family members, our job, our career, everything. If there is a blockage in the past, that dirty water is going to flow into our present and flow into our future if we don't clear it out. That's why you have to consciously stop and look at these things and really dig into them, and don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to push through negative feelings, because negative feelings are there to teach us that something's wrong, to teach us that something's holding us back. If we just listen to our feeling, understand what makes us feel good, what makes us feel bad, what makes us feel in touch with the best version of ourselves, then we can start understanding. If you feel negative about something in the present, there's something in the past, quite potentially, that needs to be looked at. But if you're shutting off these feelings, and what we do is we repress them, we don't talk about our emotions, we don't like to look at them because there's pain there. Pain is growth, like moving through pain, even pain in the past, because pain in the past is pain in the present. It's all connected by this pool. It's all connected by the water. Moving through the discomfort of a negative emotion is how you overcome it. You have to go through it. You can't keep pushing it aside. So as soon as you decide to dive in, you realize it's not that bad diving in. It's not that bad. You can go through it. And when you keep doing this in your life, you build resilience, and you suddenly aren't afraid to dive into your problems. You aren't afraid to do the emotional clearing that you need. And then you're free to literally create your future. Try to eliminate things that are blocking your energy field. It's all connected, and whenever you understand it, it's so freeing. Whenever you wrap your head around this concept of energy and intuition and the bigger picture, really, whenever you see the bigger picture from the outside, you just realize how you literally have the reins of your life. You're in the driver's seat. If you understand it, you start questioning things, you start diving into things. Don't just sit in the passenger seat of your life. Start asking questions. Start understanding why you think the way you do. Start trying to understand why you react in a negative way to certain people. Why do certain people trigger a negative response in me? We don't even know who we are. We don't understand our own minds until we start investigating and learning and questioning. You can't learn anything without questioning. You can't change anything without consciously researching, without consciously learning how to change it, without trying. If you want your pool of life to be beautiful and clear, you need to put in the work to take out the dirty water. You need to learn what it takes to create the future you want. You need to learn to live as if you already have what you want. So I think I've given you enough to wrap your head around for one video. I think I'm going to write it down as a blog post as well whenever I launch my website, which should be in the next 2 months. So I'm going to start blogging as well and sharing these theories, because I've initially been sharing things on my Instagram, but I just realized with talking about all this, law of attraction stuff, spiritual stuff, personal growth, there's so much depth, there's so many different elements to it that I just can't fit all the information into Instagram posts or Facebook posts. So I will be posting that on my Instagram whenever I do start the website and have the blog post up. So keep an eye on my Instagram. If you don't follow me already on Instagram, it's Jamilia Sturm, which is difficult to spell. So just maybe refer to my YouTube name. If you aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe there too. Until the next video, have an awesome week, and thank you as always for watching.